Should you buy this, a Quest 3, or this, a Quest 3S Xbox Edition? Well, it's all a matter of perspective. It's all a matter of how far integrated into the VR ecosystem you already are. It's all to do with whether you want the flashiest, most collectible piece of hardware, or whether you want the technically more advanced piece of hardware. Let's take a little look at the Meta Quest 3S Xbox Edition and answer that question. Which one is right for you? Okay, here it is, the Meta Quest 3 Xbox Edition. Now I'm going to break this box open, show you what's inside, and chat a little bit about the reasons why I think this is a cool product, and also the reasons why I think it's not so cool. Reasons you should maybe purchase something different. Now straight away, I'm not a box guy. I will probably throw this box away. I'm not a collector like that. But it is a nice box. If you are into boxes and you like keeping hold of them, it's a very nice one. They have kind of foil lettering on the branding there. Meta Quest Xbox Edition is kind of shiny, and Xbox and Meta are sharing the real estate on this packaging. They kind of have equal footing here. Meta Xbox, Meta Xbox. It's really clear immediately this is a partnership for this product. Now the front of this box did cause some confusion when it leaked online. The top right corner shows the Xbox controller, but it doesn't show touch controllers, and some people thought that might mean it didn't come with touch controllers. Now that isn't the case. It does come with touch controllers. If we flip it over, spin it around, you will see everything that comes inside the box. So you get a limited edition Quest 3S, limited edition touch controllers, a limited edition Xbox controller, 3 months worth of Gamepass. It's 128 gig, and it does also come with a black, I assume, limited edition Elite strap. Now this package with all of its content will set you back £379.99 in the UK. Now immediately, that's a fantastic price point. There is no arguing that. If you were to run out and buy a regular Quest 3S, that would set you back £289.99. So for an additional 90 English pounds, you're getting this limited edition and much better looking, in my opinion, Quest 3S, a limited edition Xbox controller, limited edition touch controllers, the 3 months Game Pass, and the black Elite Headstrap. You can't buy this limited edition stuff anywhere else, so I don't really know what the pricing on that is going to be, because collectors are going to want this. There is a chance that it might shoot up in price. Even this controller right here, die-hard Xbox fans can't buy it anywhere else. So for an additional £90, you are getting an incredible offering in terms of the content that's in this box. Right, let's try and crack this open in a sleek and sexy looking way. I've already failed because I dropped the box on the floor. Right, the inner box again kind of embossed with both logos. Again, just showing that this is a partnership, shared real estate on this inner box as well. Meta, Xbox. It's nice to see. No one company out of the two are trying to dominate this product, I don't think. It really is a shared collaborative effort. Remove this lid and you are exposed to the Quest itself. Now, it's kind of really minimalist how it's packaged. I kind of really like this. Everything just sits in its own slot, and it just looks really neat and clean. It's not overproduced. You don't get loads of extra garbage in there that you don't need. You just get everything you need to get going. Okay, let's start with the Xbox controller. Now, once again, I will keep reiterating this. It is a limited edition controller. Xbox die-hard fans will probably want to get their hands on one of these, and the only way to get it is by buying this Quest 3S Xbox Edition. Now, all the products in here follow the same color scheme. They're black and green. However, seeing this in the flesh, I would say it's more of a gunmetal grey. It definitely can look black in some lights, but in this light right now, it's very much kind of a grey. It's got a bit of a sheen to it. Either way, I think these look fantastic. I like the pops of green on the buttons, pops of green under the thumbsticks. I think it's one of the best looking Xbox controllers, colour scheme wise, I've seen in a very long time, and I think the whole package is the best looking Quest I've seen probably ever. I absolutely love these. These are going to be the touch controllers that I use going forward, even if I don't use this Quest 3S, because I end up preferring my Quest 3, and I'll get onto that in just a moment. I think I'm still going to pair these to my Quest 3 and use these because I love them. I think they look fantastic. Again, they fit the same color scheme as the Xbox controller. They're the same material, they're the same grey black, it's got the same green. They're just really smart looking. I much prefer these, again, over the white standard touch controllers that come with Quest 3 and Quest 3S. Before we get onto the headset itself, the package also comes with this tiny envelope, and again, shared real estate from both brands. Meta on this flap, open it up, Xbox on the next flap. Now this little envelope just tells you kind of how to get set up and going, and tells you that you have 3 months worth of Game Pass to redeem when you set your headset up and start playing. You also get a glasses spacer and the cables you will need to charge the headset. So this is the Meta Quest 3 Xbox edition. And it really is, in the simplest of terms, a black or gunmetal grey Quest 3S. It's no deeper than that. This isn't going to do anything different for you if you already own a Quest 3S. It is actually a step down, a downgrade, if you already own a Quest 3, but it is also probably the nicest looking version of the Quest 3 or Quest 3S that you can currently purchase on the market right now. And it has some lovely little details, some little Xbox details kind of hidden around it. So you can see the Xbox logo there inside the arm of the Elite Headstrap, and this like green detailing under the faceplate. Now I thought this was going to be in line with the faceplate. I thought it was going to pop a little bit more, but at certain angles you kind of can't even see the green because it is actually under the faceplate. It's like everything underneath this part is where the green sits. So it isn't as distracting, it doesn't look as kind of vibrant or poppy as, let's say, the controller looks, because you can kind of see that green from all angles, and it really kind of adds a little bit of, I don't know, a little bit of flair to the controller. Whereas on the headset itself, not quite as prominent, it is a little bit more subdued. Now I do think it's worth pointing out just how good this Elite Headstrap is. The standard Quest 3 and Quest 3S ships with a flimsy fabric strap which is incredibly uncomfortable, gives me headaches and makes it almost impossible for me to use the headset for extended periods of time. This fixes that problem. I always say to new VR or new Quest adopters, the first thing you should buy is a head strap. This fixes that problem. You don't need to run out and buy one. You're getting a very good head strap with the hardware straight away. Now it isn't the battery version of the head strap, so it isn't going to extend the battery life, but the battery life of the Quest 3S is pretty damn good anyway, so it isn't, again, the end of the world. But yeah, this is a massive improvement over the horrible fabric strap that standard Quest headsets ship with. So there we have it. This is everything that comes in the Meta Quest 3S Xbox Edition box. And let me just say, this is easily the best value proposition on the market right now for a new player who wants to get into VR. For that price, for the £379.99 or $399.99 price point, you get the newest Quest headset, the Quest 3S, in the best colorway that is currently available. I think this looks much, much nicer than the standard white Quest 3 or Quest 3S. It's also limited edition, so if you don't get on with it, on the aftermarket it's probably going to sell for quite a bit more than a standard Quest. Secondly, you get a far more comfortable head strap straight out of the box, so you are ready to play for long play sessions. It isn't going to give you a headache. This gives you a much better first impression than the fabric head strap that comes with all other versions. Thirdly, the touch controllers are also absolutely fantastic. They look far better than the standard white ones that come with the Quest 3 or Quest 3S. And again, aftermarket, if you don't get on with it, they will hold their value because they are limited edition. You'll probably get a little bit more money for these, but hopefully it won't come to that. Hopefully you'll fall in love with VR and you won't be thinking about getting rid of it. Number 4, you get this fantastic limited edition Xbox controller that many Xbox fans are probably going to want to get their hands on. If you don't want to keep this, if you're just interested in playing VR, you don't need this. You could sell it. But if you want to do the thing that Xbox really want you to do with this device, then you're going to need an Xbox controller, and I'll show you what Xbox want you to do with this device in just a second. But this is a very cool limited edition Xbox controller. It, again, will fetch a little bit of money on the aftermarket because you can't get it anywhere else, and it enables you to play cloud gaming straight away on this Quest. And finally, you do, of course, get 3 months worth of Game Pass, which enables you to do that cloud gaming I just mentioned. This is a fantastic package. If you are new to VR, if you're thinking about getting into VR, this is the package for you. It is still in stock in the UK. I'm not sure about the US. I've heard some people saying it's out of stock. If that's the case, that's a real shame. Hopefully they make more. But yeah, this is a great onboarding kit for anyone who's curious about jumping into VR. Let me now show you exactly what Microsoft want you to do with this device right here. So, we've established that this is the best looking Quest headset on the market right now. It's a fantastic collector's piece, if nothing else, and I'm sure it will hold its value for a long time thanks to these limited edition touch controllers, the limited edition Xbox controller, and the limited edition colorway on the headset itself. I think it looks much better than the original white Quest 3 and Quest 3S. We've also established it has a fantastic price point. The value proposition for a newcomer to the world of VR is undeniable. If you don't already own a headset, this is a great starting point. You're getting everything you need to get started, and you're getting it in the flashiest, fanciest colorway possible. You cannot deny the price point. I think it's a fantastic move and a great entry to the world of VR. But why does this product even exist? Why did Microsoft decide to partner with Meta to create an Xbox Edition Quest 3S in the first place? Well, let me show you. I believe that Microsoft don't care whether or not you play any of these games right here. I think they do not care whether or not you play the Kai Cenat Fan Club stream room. Whether you engage with actual VR content is none of Microsoft's concern. That's Meta's bag. Meta are hoping Xbox fans will buy this product and discover how fantastic VR is, discover some of the amazing, extensive back catalogue available on this device, maybe dip into Horizon Worlds, and just become enamored with virtual reality in general, because there is so much content here that people who play Xbox probably don't even know about. Now let me clear one thing up really quick. This is not an Xbox VR headset. It isn't magically going to play any Xbox games in VR just because it has Xbox branding. This is still just a Quest 3S. It is still just going to be playing Quest 3 games, Quest 3S games, Quest 2 games. It's going to play the Quest back catalogue of games, and then all these things right here created in Horizon Worlds. It can do everything that a Quest 3S can do, and nothing more. Microsoft want you to buy this because it's an extension of their advertising campaign, their marketing campaign, which claims that everything is an Xbox. Your TV without an Xbox is still an Xbox. Your phone is an Xbox. The ROG Ally is an Xbox. And the Quest 3S Xbox Edition is an Xbox. Microsoft want you to use this Xbox controller, which comes in the packaging, to play Xbox games, Gamepass games, inside your Quest 3S headset. Now this is nothing new. The Quest 3 can do this. A standard Quest 3S can do this. This is just a very good way to get the point across. Create a product that screams collaboration, and hopefully people will discover that collaboration. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not dismissing it. I'm not poo-pooing it. Playing Game Pass games on a Quest headset is very, very cool. Now, it's only the cloud games that you can play on here, because obviously the Quest 3S doesn't have the ability to download any of these games in their entirety and then run them. It doesn't have that processor. So you will be streaming games to the headset, which is very internet infrastructure dependent. You need a pretty fast download, upload speed to have the best experience. I've got a pretty good internet connection where I am. The infrastructure is pretty good, and I still experience lag drops and spikes. However, it is still very cool. Let me just hop into Forza Horizon 5 and I'll show you just how cool this can be. Now, whilst this is launching the cloud game, I think there's a few things we can do here. There we go. Let's go into a nice big cinema screen. Now, you will see my room is still here, but I've dimmed it so that I get the full cinema experience. Doesn't mean I can barely see my controller, but it's fine. If I want to brighten it up a little bit, I can change that. Here we go. Let's just brighten the room back up. Bring the room back through. So if I want to sit here and still have my room around me, I have that option. Or I can dim it slightly so I can still see the controller, or dim it entirely so that I can pretty much just see the screen. Now, there's no denying how cool that is. Being able to dim your entire room to make the screen appear more cinematic, more immersive. It's a fantastic bit of tech. You can also flatten the screen or curl it. I prefer the curl. It's wonderful tech. This is why Xbox, this is why Microsoft have made this. Because they want you to engage with this, and they want you to believe that even a Quest 3S can be an Xbox. Now, you can even move the screen around freely. You can stick it wherever you want. I can stick it down on the floor. I can stick it up here on the ceiling. And it knows that's a ceiling because it's flipping itself to fit onto my ceiling. Hopefully you can see that. As it moves to the ceiling, it flips. And as it moves to the floor, it flips as well. So I could stick it on the floor and play down here. But I'm going to leave it here on the wall. Click into the game and press A to start playing. Now, this isn't perfect. As I say, there are lag spikes, and even with the best internet connection, I noticed that there's a bit of latency. You're not getting kind of one-to-one. It's not exactly like playing it on an Xbox or like playing it on your PC, where the game is installed and running locally. So you have to expect some little kind of iffy things to happen, but for the most part, it's fantastic. However, this again is nothing new. You can do this on any Quest 3 and Quest 3S model. So if you have a Quest 3 at home right now and you've seen this being announced, you're thinking, oh, they've made an Xbox one, I need to grab that because I need the Xbox features. There are no new features here. This is all something you can do on an existing Quest 3S or Quest 3. So the Quest 3S Xbox edition, in my opinion, really is for newcomers and collectors. That's the target audience. If you haven't jumped into VR and you're thinking about checking it out, seeing what it's all about, seeing if it's for you, this is the product. This is what I would point you towards for now. But there's also another consideration. How serious are you potentially about VR? Do you want the best tech on the market possible? Because if that's the case, then the Quest 3 is the far superior headset. Now, the Quest 3S has a resolution of, I think it's something like 1826 by 1920 per eye. I've probably got that wrong, but I will put the actual resolution on screen. And the Quest 3 has over 2000 per eye. Again, I can't remember the exact figures. I'll put them on the screen. So the resolution is higher on the Quest 3. You then also have better optics on the Quest 3 in general, mechanically speaking. The actual hardware is better on the Quest 3. The Quest 3 has pancake lenses, and the Quest 3S has Fresnel lenses. It's a much cheaper optical kit here on the Quest 3S. Now, the Quest 3S also lacks a headphone jack. The Quest 3 has one, so you can use wired headphones, but the Quest 3S only has the kind of external audio that bleeds out into the world around you. It's great sounding audio. I'm using it right now. It is very immersive. It definitely does the job, but I like wearing a pair of cans when I'm playing VR, and I have a lot of wired headphones. Now, that isn't an option on the Quest 3S, something worth knowing. So, in general, the Quest 3S is the lesser model out of the Quest 3 and Quest 3S. That's something it's worth considering if you're thinking about making this purchase. If you always want the best of the best and the tech that can do the most, the Quest 3 has the same power behind it as the 3S, but it has a much better optical kit, higher resolution, and it has the headphone jack. Those three things are the most important three things to me. The rest of it is pretty much the same, but again, it's just worth noting, Quest 3S is lacking some features that the Quest 3 has. But do all those little tech advances really matter to someone who just wants to try VR and see if it's for them? Probably not. And I think that's why this product is going to be very successful. It's already appearing to be very successful in the States. It's selling out in all kinds of places. And I'd be curious to know how many Xbox fans buy this and then stick around to check out VR. Hopefully they aren't just buying this to play Gamepass games on a big screen, despite how cool this is, because VR can do so much more. The Quest 3S can do so much more than just play Xbox games on a massive screen. I really rate this. I don't think it's perfect. The resolution of the Quest 3S means this isn't like a 4K screen. I wouldn't even say it's a HD screen. It does look a little bit grainy, but it's very cool, and it looks sharper when you use the dimming to dim out the rest of your room. It just isn't as sharp as playing it on a TV or a PC monitor, of course. So that's why I think this product exists. I think Xbox want to further that messaging, continue their marketing campaign of this is an Xbox, and this is a great way to do it. Branding a Quest 3S with Xbox branding, making a sought after, a highly desirable limited edition item, and then hoping that people check out the Game Pass offering and then stay within the Game Pass ecosystem, because that's all Microsoft are interested in at this stage. They want people to sign up to Game Pass and stay signed up to Game Pass, engaging with their ecosystem. And Meta want people to buy headsets and engage with their ecosystem, which is Horizon Worlds, and maybe some of the back catalogue that's available in the Meta Quest gaming store. It's a win-win for both parties. If you already own a VR headset, if you already have a Quest 3, you don't need this. If you have a Quest 3S, you don't need this. If you don't have a VR headset and you're curious about what they could do for you, this is the best entry point. But just bear in mind, it isn't the most technically advanced version of the Quest on the market. That is still the Quest 3.